Hello everyone, semi-retired Bob here. I talk about the carnivore diet, all things related to the carnivore diet, and miscellaneous odds and ends. I'm about a day and a half late with this video, but here it comes, and this is my 16-month update. What's happened in 16 months of only eating meat? Before we get into that, I do have a mail call that I need to talk about real quick. I got two things in the mail. Jay sent in some heavy duty staples. They go in a staple gun for doing construction stuff. So thank you, Jay. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And John sent in a canister of French dark roast coffee. So I'm looking forward to drinking some of that as well. Thank you very much, John. I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you. But for those of you new to the channel, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Go ahead and consider subscribing. At least hit the thumbs up button or the thumbs down if you don't like me. That's okay too. Any interaction with the channel helps. Don't forget to drop down below and leave me a comment, even if it's just hi, Bob, because all of that helps the channel as well. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. But let's just jump right into this thing because I want to keep this as short as possible today. But I realized that, and I've covered most of this before in many other videos, but I like to do these once a month updates on my month anniversary so that those that are new to the channel that haven't gone back and watched all 400 videos on my channel can be up to date on where I'm at and where I'm coming from and that kind of stuff. So anyway, the short version is, back in '83, I was discharged from the Army because I had gout. And the information that we were given at that time is still the information they're giving most people today on what causes gout. So I followed the gout diet, and over the course of the next 25, 30 years, I developed, type 2 diabetes, and because I was slowly getting heavier and heavier, because following the so-called gout diet, I was slowly gaining weight because every time I'd try to do some kind of movement, because I knew I was gaining weight, because we knew at the time that all you had to do to keep your weight under control was to eat less and move more. Yeah, that's what we knew as fact. Well, we know that's not true anymore, but because I was doing all of the things that they said I should do, I was slowly putting on weight. And every time I'd start a new exercise program, I'd get a gout attack, and that would set me back. So over the course of the next 25, 30 years, it slowly snowballed. And then I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. So I added the type 2 diabetes suggestions to the gout suggestions for diet and continued to follow that. And all that did about 5.5 years ago was get me a triple bypass surgery. And I went to cardiac rehab, did all of the things, added the cardiac rehab diet to the gout diet and the diabetes diet, and was slowly sinking into worse health. I was always big, but I didn't get super big till the year I went down to take care of Mom, which was a lot more stress than I thought it was going to be. So that year went very poorly. And then after I got done with that, because we did end up having to put Mom in an extended care facility because I couldn't do it anymore. I ended up going down to North Carolina to spend the winter in my cargo trailer. And I was just sitting there watching YouTube videos when Dante Ferrigno's video, 125 Days in the Lion Diet, popped up. And of course, that led me to Dr. Barry and all of the things. That's the whole backstory as quickly as I can possibly do it. And again, to keep this video as short as possible, as I see I'm already been rambling on for almost 5 minutes here. I had initially started the diet because I couldn't stand up for more than 2 to 2.5 minutes without severe pain. And I was I had heard from multiple sources via YouTube that the carnivore diet could help with pain. So I was just looking for some pain relief. I didn't actually have any expectation of weight loss because, I was convinced that I was just one of those people that could not lose weight because I had gout. And I was at the point mentally where, I was still a little afraid that an all meat diet was going to make my gout go crazy. But I was at the point mentally where I'm like, well, if it kills me, it kills me. No big deal, because I'm not really having much of a life now anyway. But yeah, so for the last 16 months, I have had 0 gout attacks. My type 2 diabetes is completely reversed. My fatty liver disease is completely gone. My chronic kidney disease is completely gone. My arthritis pain, I still have the occasional twinge here and there, but I'll now call it 99% better. My spinal stenosis, which made it part of the reason why I couldn't stand for very long, is now about 99% better. About a year and a month ago, I started walking every day and started adding 1% to that, how far I was walking each day, and went from basically walking down to the corner and back to I can now do 15 miles very easily if I choose to. I haven't done that big of a distance much this summer because I've been very busy doing lots of other things that I could never do before, like doing my own yard work, cutting my own grass, going to the YMCA 4 days a week to work out, 2 days a week in chest deep water, 2 days a week working out on a cable machine to try and strengthen my shoulders. Because of the heart surgery, my sternum had never healed exactly right. So I spent a good 4.5 to 5 years in there not being able to, lift more than about 5 pounds. And if I tried to lift anything heavier than that, it felt like my chest was going to blow apart on me. But now that's completely healed. I'm, besides all of the other stuff, I'm doing push-ups and wall pull-ups and squats, and I've started back to dance class, doing all of the things that I never thought I could do before. Oh, and as a side note, I have lost 155 pounds. That's my story in a nutshell. If you have any questions, be sure and leave those down in the comments. I'm happy to address any of those. That's what I've got for you today, folks. I know there's not really a whole lot of new information in this video because that's, it's my monthly update that I try to do every month. It is September 11th. All I will say about that is never forget. That's what I've got for you today, folks. Don't forget, get out there, be 1% better. Today, tomorrow, every day. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you in the next one.